Hey guys, it's Davin here at brewbits.com. Behind the camera as usual we got James. Say hello James. At this precise moment in time that we're videoing this, there's a lot going on around in the world regarding a specific virus. Here in the UK we're finding it a little bit difficult, especially because we run Beercraft. Everything needs to be made sure that everything's clean and that you sanitize your hands after everything. It's getting quite difficult to get hold of hand sanitizer. So we thought we would do a little experiment. We've got some yeast that allows us to make a high alcohol wash, as it's called, just from literally sugar and water and the yeast. And hopefully from that we'll then be able to distill it in one of possibly two ways and see if we can actually get a high enough ABV that we can then add to some aloe vera gel and see if we can actually make our own homemade sanitizer. So if this goes well, fingers crossed, we should be able to make our own hand sanitizer at home quickly, easily, and therefore not having to pay hundreds of pounds for a litre of hand sanitizer that it's going for online at the moment. So let's have a go. Sugar wash is really easy to make. All you need is sugar, lots of sugar, water and yeast. And as I said, here I'm using a specific yeast that will try and turn all of this sugar here to alcohol in just 24 hours. So it speeds up our experiment for you guys. If you don't or are not able to get hold of this yeast, then any high alcohol dessert wine yeast will be just as good, but it might take a little bit longer. So, first things first, into my sterilised buckets. I've just boiled my kettle. I'm going to pour in 1 litre of boiling water. Easy. And now I'm going to add, this is 1.25 kilos of brewing sugar. Brewing sugar, just because I know it works, again, really quick, really efficient. The yeast can break it down really easily, really fast. You can use supermarket sugar. It might just take a little bit longer to dissolve, might take a little bit longer to brew up. So what you're going to do now is you're going to keep stirring this until your sugar is dissolved. You'll know when all your sugar is dissolved because you can see through it. See, you can see right through it. Isn't that good? So what we're going to do now is we're going to add another 3.5 litres of cold tap water. And that will bring the temperature down so that we can add our yeast in. So I'm going to add a couple more. Now we've added our extra 3.5 litres. So we've now got 4.5 litres of liquid in the bucket with the sugar. You see, it's changed colour. It's nice and cool. We're going to check it with a thermometer and we're going to make sure it's between 20 and ideally you want it to be about 25 degrees Celsius. That's going to be the perfect temperature for pitching this specific yeast. Check if you're using any other dessert or high alcohol wine yeast, you might need to drop it down a few degrees to about 20 degrees just so you don't harm the yeast. So that is about 25. So I need to find a pair of scissors. What we're going to do then, open up the packet. Okay, I know this is a huge packet. This packet is sufficient to do 20 odd litres, but it will have the same effect. So you know what? I'm going to put the whole lot in. Give it a good stir. Hydrate the yeast. So this specific yeast has a special compound in it to try and help prevent it bubbling and really foaming over. So if you're using a normal yeast, you want to use a good sized bucket that's got a lot of gap between your liquid and the top, because otherwise you're going to find it's going to go everywhere. Okay, now that's in. Let's get the lid on loosely because this is going to be a really uberly fast ferment and it's going to create a lot of carbon dioxide. So we don't want to put a bubbler in or anything like that. A loose fitting lid, and now we're going to put this somewhere warm at 25 degrees ideally for 24 hours, and then we'll come back and let you know how we've got on and if we're ready to go to the next steps.